A rowdy Bud Walton Arena in Fayetteville is the site of a third-round WNIT matchup between two of the best teams in this tournament, the TCU Horned Frogs and the Arkansas Razorbacks, playing for a chance to advance to the Elite Eights. Let's take a look at our WNIT brackets. In the second round, Arkansas had little problems with UAB, knocking down 15 three-pointers. TCU defeated UT Arlington. The winner of this game gets the winner of Butler in Cincinnati later this weekend. And welcome courtside. This building is electric tonight. He's Kiko Haidar. I'm Brett Dolan. Great to have you with us. When the NCAA tournament got down to their group of 8 teams left, it was Arkansas and TCU, 2 of the 3 that did not make it in. That sets us up for what could be a great matchup tonight, but it's also an opportunity for Chelsea Dungy of Arkansas to continue to show off her game.
And show off she has. She has done such a tremendous job towards the end of this season, really all season, but it's really shown itself at the end of this season. She felt a little snubbed not making first team All-SEC, but she is a special player who can score at all 3 levels. She can get to the basket. She can shoot mid-range jumpers. She can knock down threes, and one of the best things about her is she is second in the NCAA in free throws attempted, and she shoots them at an 83% clip.
Coming off a 37-point game against Houston, their head coach Ronald Huey said she was like Kobe Bryant in that game, but she has just put up ridiculous numbers.
Ridiculous is the right word, because what she's doing is simply ridiculous. She scored 50 points in 2 games. You know, she's doing everything for this team, and she was a big part of that magical SEC tournament run as well. She is a very, very special player.
And Mike Neighbors, the head coach for the Razorbacks, has been thrilled with what his team has been able to do. He said, "I'm done putting limits on this team. I said after the NCAA tournament or the SEC tournament, our team couldn't play any better," and he feels like they have matched that or exceeded that in these last 2 games.
At this point in the season, there's not really anything you can add into your system. That you are what you are, and that what they are right now is a very, very good basketball team.
Coach Neighbors has been in this tournament before at Washington, won 3 games before losing in the quarterfinal to UTEP. Couple of wins so far in this run between Houston and then UAB. Kiko, we wondered aloud after Arkansas went 15 of 30 from distance against UAB if they've used up all their makes this week.
Well, they definitely didn't use them up. I guess they had a lot more to go, because they've started 6 out of 8 from 3. Multiple players knocking down shots, and that's what makes Arkansas so dangerous, is they have so many weapons.
See the 15 makes. A WNIT program record, 6 of 8 tonight. Does the early success from beyond the arc open up the possibilities of some drives now from Dungy or others?
In short, it should. We'll see. I think TCU does a really good job of switching up their defense, and they're very long and athletic, so it's hard to get inside on them. But it should. It should force them to extend and should leave open some drive.
2 really good teams have given us one very entertaining game to this point. At the half, Arkansas leading TCU 44-39. Welcome back courtside. Brett Dolan with Kiko Haidar. These 2 teams could have been frustrated to get so close to the NCAA tournament, Kiko, and not get in. They have not let it affect how they want to play in this WNIT to try and get as far as they can and maybe win this championship.
There's definitely no hangover, so to speak, of not getting into the tournament. And it looks like they've used it as fuel for their fire, because both these teams are really playing well, and we have a heck of a game.
Let's take a look at our first half highlights. You'll see an Arkansas team that's been able to knock down the shots, but Okonkwo's been outstanding for TCU.
Okonkwo has been outstanding. She's done it all. This nice little step back jumper. She's knocked down threes, gets it inside, but Arkansas has been able to counter that with this 3-headed monster of their guards that they have with Monk and Mason. And of course, Chelsea Dungy.
Yeah, the 3-pointers have been falling for the Hogs. They've knocked down 6, and it's really helped them build a lead.
Yeah, Arkansas has the lead because they're not turning the ball over and they're knocking down shots. If you're Arkansas, you're a little bit worried about the fact that TCU is starting to get on the offensive glass. The free throw disparity is keeping them in the game, and so you want to figure out ways to maintain rebounding.
Dungy with that hit has just 11. We're used to her scoring some big-time production. But for Arkansas, Kiko, they're at 55%, and TCU just 37%, but you see the rebounds and the free throws.
Yeah, they are at 37%, but they're getting some of their misses and getting putting them back in, and these free throws, 11 for 12. That's great percentage, and it's a lot more than Arkansas at this point.
It's not a very good free throw shooting team for TCU on the season. That's not the case tonight with the 11 of 12 from the stripe to be within 5 at the break. We'll step aside and come back to Bud Walton Arena for our third quarter right after this. Arkansas fans know how good Chelsea Dungy is. But in the SEC tournament, and certainly in the WNIT, she's exposing her game to a much wider audience.
She is going to become a household name in women's college basketball on the national level. I think she's definitely a professional WNBA player. She is special.
Not only is she the single season Arkansas scoring leader, she started to pull away from Shelly Wallace, 63 points ahead of the next best single scoring season.
People will remember Chelsea Dungy's name at Arkansas for a long time.
Coach Neighbors trying to find some magic here in the final 8.7 seconds. Talk about women's basketball national tournament titles. SEC has won 9 NCAA tournaments, a couple of WNITs. And Arkansas, the lone SEC team in this WNIT, in danger of losing unless they can pull the rabbit out of their hat. Kiko, what is the danger of maybe double teaming Okonkwo and the possibility that TCU could get the ball in bounds and run off several seconds?
That's definitely a danger, but honestly, this moving the ball up, advancing the ball at this scenario really works in Arkansas's favor because you don't have to guard full court.